Hi everyone, it's Andy, and today, my friends, we are going to be talking about goals. We're going to look at setting and achieving goals. I'm going to share with you some of the goals that I've set for myself and how I intend to achieve them. Before we get into all that though, every now and again you're going to hear this chair creak, and trust me, if I'd been sitting on you for a few years, you'd be creaky too. So please try and ignore the chair. Now, my take on goals and your take on goals is probably going to be different. I think that you should have two sets of goals. You should have, the first set should be long-term goals. These are the goals that are the big ones, the huge dreams. These are the big daddies. These are the ones that when you write them down on a piece of paper and you read them back, you think to yourself, I have lost my freaking mind. This is nuts. But it's important that you make those kinds of goals for yourself, and here's why. Whether it be an individual, a humanitarian, an entrepreneur, an inventor, someone that has changed the course of time. Everything they ever did, everything that they ever achieved, it all started in the exact same place. Here. Everything they did, everything they achieved, all started as an idea. All started as a dream, just as unattainable and crazy and insane as the ones that are being planned by you and I. But they made them happen. There's a saying that it's better to aim high and miss than to aim low and achieve. And that makes sense. Let's look at that. Let's say you're in a job and you make 30,000 a year, and you make yourself a goal that over the next 2 years you want to make 50,000. So you've got to muster up another 20,000 a year. So you get a little part-time job, maybe you get a pay rise at work. 2 years goes by, you've made 100,000. And it wasn't that difficult. And you think to yourself, well, that wasn't so bad. Maybe I could have done more. Maybe I could have pushed myself a little bit harder. But what if you made a bigger dream? What if you said to yourself, over the next 2 years, I want to make 2 million? You'd be like, that's insane. 2 years goes by, you've made 500,000. Are you going to be upset? Are you going to be kicking yourself? Hell no. It's party time, baby. You got 500,000 in the bank. You're going to be happy. And that for sure is better than 100,000 if you would have just set yourself a low target. Got to set yourself big targets. But some big targets need to be broken down into more manageable stages in order to achieve them. Let's look at my weight loss. Now I need to lose roughly 23 stone, which is about 320 something pounds, or 146 or 147-ish kg if you work in kilos. Whichever number, it's a lot of weight. Now, if I just took those big numbers and I just wrote them down on a piece of paper and I said to myself, in the next 24 months, that's the amount of weight I want to lose, I may as well, in my pretty poor state of health that I find myself in currently, stand at the bottom of Everest or Kilimanjaro and look up at the summit and say to myself, I am never going to get up there, because it's going to seem like an inclimbable mountain to me. So what do? I need to break it down into chunks that I can deal with, chunks that I can look at, goals that I can look at and say, you know what? I can do that. And that's the second set of goals, the short-term goals. So this is how I'm going to set about my weight loss. If you talk to a doctor or a physician, they'll recommend that you lose somewhere between 1 to 3 pounds a week. They'll say that's a good weight of weight loss. It's sustainable, and the chances are you won't put the weight back on. I totally agree. But when you first start out, when you're as big as I am, when you first start out trying to lose weight, the chances are you're going to rack up some bigger numbers because, you know, you shed some water and you're just bigger and there's a lot more there for your body to work on. I've started on different things and I've lost, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, anywhere up to 13 pounds in a week. So therefore, I'm going to set myself a bigger goal, a crazier goal. I'm going to say to myself that in 90 days, I want to lose 90 pounds. And people are going to go, yeah, right. It's a huge goal. I know it is. But here's the thing. If 90 days goes by and I've lost 50 pounds, if someone walked up to me today and said, Andy, in 90 days time, you're going to be 50 pounds lighter, I would shake their hand, give them a kiss and say, you know what, I'll take that. But that's how I need to approach it. I need to make smaller goals that I can achieve. But I never need to lose sight of the bigger goal, the destination. There's a book that I've listened to over and over again by Earl Nightingale called The Strangest Secret. He uses the analogy of a ship. And he says that 999 times out of 1,000, a ship will get where it's going. Because it's got a destination. It's got a route planned out. It's got a captain. It's got a crew. And then he says, let's take that very same ship, but this time with no destination, no route, no captain, no crew. Let's just turn it on and let it go. He says if it makes it out of the harbour at all, it's probably going to run aground or it's going to sink. It can't achieve anything because it doesn't know where it's going. So you need to set goals. You need to have a destination to work towards. Some of the goals I've set for myself, obviously, is to lose weight. Some of the other ones will seem, just normal. I want a sports car, damn it! I want one that I can get in. Actually, more importantly, I want one that I can get out of. It's not going to be a good look, kind of spinning out of a sports car onto the road instead of just climbing out of it gracefully, which is what I'd rather do. I want to jump out of a plane. And trust me, when I jump out of a plane, it's not just going to be for fun. I'll do it for charity. I'll do it for Mind or, a mental health charity or something. But, could I find somebody who want to strap themselves to me right now? Probably not. But I want to do it. One of the other things I want to do in it was, all the men watching this will be like, it will be that. It'll be, I want to do something, and it'll be more for my fiance really than me, because my fiance, through thick and thin, through the good times, the bad times, the up days, the down days, has always been there by my side and has never ever lost faith in me, and that makes me the luckiest man on the planet. And I want to do something that's, for me and for her. I've always envisioned, you see these people that they're eating dinner on a beach somewhere, but they arrive kind of on horseback. I want to do that, I want to ride a horse along a beach to somewhere, one of them little huts in the water or something, and just have a nice romantic dinner with me and my fiance. Could I ride a horse now? If horses could talk, they'd probably look at me and go, you know what, bruv, I ain't getting paid enough money for this. You ain't getting on my back. It's not going to happen. But it's one of the things, it's one of my goals. And there's all these little goals. And some of the short-term goals I've made is, with my weight, I struggle to do things. If I stand for a long period of time, my back will hurt because I've got arthritis in my knee will hurt. But that puts a lot of pressure on my fiance because we've got the little boy running around who's like coming up on 3 and he's, he wants a lot of stuff, he wants attention. And there's all the housework and stuff. So I want to just set myself a goal to do more, to do some washing up or to, do some things that can help my fiance. Just small little goals. You need to do the 2 different lists. So what I'm going to say to you is, when you're done watching this video, if you haven't switched off already, and if you haven't, thank you very much, get yourself a piece of paper and make 2 different lists. Make that first list, the huge list, the big list, the huge goals, the big dreams. And then make the little list. And the little list doesn't have to be anything crazy. Fellas, if you want to keep your woman happy, just make a goal that once a week you'll run the Hoover round. That thing that sits in the cupboard under the stairs that you never really take out and you're not sure how it works. Get familiar with it, plug it in, run it around the house once a week, and you will be amazed how much of a difference it will make to your life. Set that as a goal. If you're in a position where you've got a mountain of debt, I've been in that position before in my life, and it's a hard thing and you're not sure what to do. Set yourself a goal that over the next 90 days that you will sit down, you'll work out your finances, you'll write to the people that you owe money to, you'll call them, you'll email them, you'll send a pigeon, you'll do something. Because trust me, when you've got everything sorted and you've got everything in place, you're going to feel so much better. I did. It's a great feeling. It's a small goal and you're going to give yourself 90 days to achieve it. It's not like you're going to say, I'm going to sit down on Saturday afternoon and I'm going to call everyone. I'm going to write to everyone. Do it over time, but set yourself the goal, and more importantly, every time you set a goal, put a time frame on it. Give yourself a time frame to commit to. Write these 2 lists and then put these lists somewhere where you can see them all the time. On the back of your front door, on your fridge, in your office, in the desk drawer at work. Put it on your phone. Record them. You know, most phones now you can record voice notes. Record a voice note when you're sitting on the train or the bus on your way to work. Instead of listening to, you know, the latest tracks, listen to your goals for 5 minutes. Read these lists 3, 4, 5, 10 times a day. Put one by your bed so you can read it before you go to sleep. You can read it again when you wake up. And just keep reading these goals over and over and over. And every day, take more steps than you did yesterday towards your goals. And you'll be amazed. The way I look at it is like I'm standing at the edge of a field that's full of grass or plants that are this high and I can't see a thing. And I've got to cut my way through to the other side with a pair of scissors. And that you're just going to look at that field and you're going to think, I'm never going to get to the other side. I may as well give in. I'm never going to get there. But you know what? You just need to start cutting. And you cut with the scissors and you keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And the harder it seems, just keep cutting. And one day you're going to get to a point where you'll turn around and you'll look behind yourself and you'll be like, wow, look how far I've come. Doing these videos for me is me right on the edge of the field. I have no idea. My weight loss is me at the edge of the field. Me dealing and talking with my depression is me at the edge of the field with my scissors in my hand. And I have no idea how it's going to go. But I'm just going to start cutting and moving and keep stepping and keep pushing forward. But you know, when you get to that point when you turn around and you look behind and you look how far you've come, that's the momentum shifter. That's what motivational speakers will call traction. That's what they'll call momentum. Because when you get to that point and you look behind you and you see just how far you've come, that's the snowball effect. You know, when you make a little snowball and it starts off this big and you've got to roll it and it gets a little bit bigger and then you get tired of pushing and you can't be, you think, I can't be bothered. But then, you kind of get it on a hill and it gets a little bit more snow and you think, oh, this isn't so bad, I'll push a little bit more. And then suddenly it starts moving on its own. And then suddenly the snowball is down the bottom of the hill and it's huge, bigger than you. That's momentum. That's traction. And when you get to that point, when you realise that you can achieve those goals that you've made for yourself, when you realise that you're starting to get some momentum, you're starting to make positive changes in your life, and look at all these things that you thought you couldn't do that you're now doing. That's that snowball starting to move on its own and becoming bigger than you. And you can get to that point. But you've got to just believe it. You've got to want it. Most importantly is make that list. Write it down. Look at it every day. Work towards it. That's what I'm going to do. And let's see where we get. We can all achieve our goals. We just got to do it. Till next time, look after each other. Speak to you again soon. See ya.